Thank you for joining us for part 2 of tips for Zoom music lessons for piano players. And in this installment, we're going to be talking about headphones and a couple of other things. Now, let me mention that we don't have an association or are endorsed by the company Zoom, but we do believe that music lessons and piano lessons can be done remotely very successfully. So we really want to cover headphones. And the main thing about using headphones is not because we don't want parents to hear the music class, it's because the software, once you put headphones and both persons have headphones, you can almost talk at the same time. And this is huge because when someone is playing, one of the main things about teaching is being able to almost correcting in real time. Say, can you play that a little bit faster? Can you make sure that your pinky stays on this place? It's very, very useful to not have to take turns. And one of the things that happens, especially if you're not going to be using headphones, is that every time that one person talks, usually the other person's audio would be almost muted. So super important to try to have headphones for all of the classes. Now let me show you another important thing about headphones. This is the ones that I've been using to teach. Important that they don't have a microphone ideally. So microphone is usually on the cable with this type of headphones, and it's a little square box. Now an important thing about them not having a microphone is that if the software is using the microphone from the computer, communication is going to be a little bit cleaner. Now mine it doesn't matter to me because I'm using a separate set of equipment for it, but super important, if you can, try to have headphones that do not have a microphone. That's going to make the communication even better. Now for us, we don't really care what type of headphones the student uses, but I also have an extension for the cable of the headphones. So that allows me to be a little bit farther away from the computer and at the same time to move and not almost feel really constrained in the space that I'm in. And I think for students, it's probably important to get a headphone extension cord. They're very inexpensive. I think they're all around less than $10, but a really good addition for any music lesson, but especially for the piano lessons, since on part 3 we're going to be covering angles, so you'll see there why it's really useful to have a headphone extension. Now another thing that we want to suggest is that students should be a little bit prepared with a couple of things. Important to have probably some kind of like pad that they can write, and definitely a pencil, sometimes a marker. We have had multiple lessons in which we ask the student, okay, can you take a pencil and do this? Like, I want you to put this number on this note. And literally it takes them 5 minutes to go find a pencil in the house. So I think it's super important to, when you're doing the remote lesson, already have a couple of things so the child or yourself can take notes, can, let's say, write a website, something that the teacher is recommending to watch. I think it's very useful to always have a pad and the appropriate kind of headphones. So definitely stay tuned for part 3, in which we're going to be covering angles, as we are excited to continue to get some information out there of what's making our lessons successful to help you guys to truly have a good time in this type of setting. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.